welcome back to the talk with Black Rose. This is episode 3, and I know, guys, it's been long coming. It was supposed to be uploaded 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry for the delay, but Bandase, Bendigo. It's not even a joke. And today I decided to turn things around, give it a little twist, since we're talking about studying, how are these exams treating you, study tips for other kids, especially first years, man, how should they deal with this thing called June examinations? I thought, let me bring the incredible.
Hello.
I'm
in.
Say hi to me.
Oh, hi guys, my name is Gabriel. This is like the second time on Hair Channel. I'm in the building. I'm about to bend it down.
Okay, she's about to burn down my YouTube channel, by the way. But guys, if you think this was a fruitful talk for you, please do give it a thumbs up. If you think it helped you, drop us your comments, your English. Drop us your comments and tell us how you feel, how are the exams, how are you doing, like study tips for other kids, and give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe and check out my other videos. I was talking about beauty in the second episode. The first episode we're talking about human rights. So now we are talking about student life.
Yeah.
Exam life.
Umgoa. Yeah,
So do and press that subscription bell to become part of the Black Rose family. Ain't no family much sweeter than mine. I'm not sure if that makes sense, guys. But yeah, so guys, I'm going to tell you guys where I've been. I've received your DMs, I saw them, guys. And I'm sorry again, I saw your DMs, but your guys' school, yeah. Second year is showing me favorite flames. Bandase ndiyaqala ugowa esikolweni like this. I feel like first year, first year it was here and there. Second year, wow. Wow. And when you tell your big sister and she's like, ufikile apho ubhalele khona. How do you say that to a child and tell them that they've arrived where they were supposed to be? So guys, I've been having submissions, we've been having submissions, all of us. I feel like if you're in university, last week was submission week. This week, if you're still submission week, hello, I had my last submission on Wednesday. You're not alone. First things first, people need to stop thinking that they're alone, but then you also need to bear in mind that as people, we work differently. So just because Sigoa song and Woko, it does not mean that you should relax because you've got a group of people or go on up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Never Gabriel, guys, we're not doing friendship goals right now.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, guys, it's really serious.
and we've got a common module that we don't like.
It's economics, guys. It's economics. And one thing I should tell you guys is you should approach your modules with a positive attitude, because I approached it with a negative attitude in Dasekai. Did it not fry me like this? The first test, I got fried, spiced up in a pot. When I got my marks, I'm like, I think these two should have been on the other side, not on the side. Guys, we really are drowning. You're not alone, but like she said.
And that some lecturers are gonna, for a question, guys, there's a module of mine. For a question, you would get 0.5. Number 1. Excuse me.
0.5.
Guys. And then in class, you would get, when you get your script, you're so out of 10, you're at 7.75. 7.75.
Is this 0.05?
And with the question papers, question 1 is 3 marks. Question 2 is 4 marks. You know the last question is 3 marks. Go up and understand Baba
Yeah.
So guys, like, I won't lie, economics. First block, I was smooth, it was, bending I had so kind of pay attention too much kuyo. And then I end up like, I didn't fail the test, I passed. And yeah, I'm just gonna say I passed. I'm not gonna say how much I passed with.
Yeah.
I don't think that's important right now. In university, the only thing is upasile.
Yeah.
Wapasa ngoti, wapasa ngo A.
Yeah, they don't really.
Upasile, that's all that matters. And then came test 2. You know when the whole entire class comes out and you're like, let's not talk about it. We are done. Let's not discuss it. Mnage, I'm one of those people. In the morning, we are not about to discuss the test.
Yeah.
When the test is over, it should be over. Whatever you want to discuss, flower hall when I'm there, so we discuss it in flower hall.
And that's
because you're not about to discuss it with me. Now I hate it when people are going to come to me and be like, oh no.
What did you do? I'm like,
for that question, how did you approach it?
does it matter?
Like literally, because and then some people have the audacity to take a textbook. Guys, I would do that for maths, but I didn't do it because I hate it. Just because I enjoyed maths and I was passing maths, it does not mean that I was master. There were times I would get a B for maths. There were times I would get a C for maths. So it doesn't mean all the time it's straight A's. Okay. Yo! Kube khona abantu abazozela ne-calculator, ne-pen, ne-paper. Mna nikushiya apho ke like, uzawubala wedwa mna ndizibala.
Because you were supposed to use those in an exam. In an exam room. Like, what? How? Like, hello?
So I feel like, guys, song is yakosha, guys, and but it shouldn't be an excuse that prevents you from studying. It shouldn't be an excuse that prevents you from doing your academic work, your submissions and stuff like that. And that's what this video is about. We're about to share with you guys our tips on how to study. Also, like, how do we approach exams, and how did we make it through first year and stuff like that. Because wow, yeah, I feel like we all just made it, not just made it, but like we passed with good marks and stuff. But like, you ask yourself, how did I? So we're going to share for you guys some of those things. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos. People are giving other people tips on how to study. The first thing they said, guys, was, okay, not the first thing, but like the common thing that was between them was that you should have studied from day 1.
Okay.
Utini? I mean, was that? I mean, I was supposed to be studying.
So that's what they said. That missed me. It honestly did miss me. I don't remember myself studying like the first day.
I feel like it missed all of us, guys. I feel like it missed all of us. But still, really, I wonder. That's the first day. Exams is map. So then, how do you go about that? Because first day, because I sense a gang, and I don't see myself studying from day 1. It's out to figure so what's the use? You understand? So another way would be attend lectures. Okay, lectures are over now. It was barely lecture. If you didn't attend, okay, so what do I do? Does it mean I'm gonna fail? No, not really. Sometimes lecturers don't upload lecture slides. Sometimes lecturers, they become generous, they upload lecture slides. So if you do get lecture slides, I would say take those, if you do extra readings or you've got textbooks, take those, and then try and compare what's within the textbook or within the readings to what is within the lecture slides. And if you have a friend, ask for a friend's notes. By the way, in university it's so important to have friends. Otherwise, I don't think you will survive.
Yeah.
Like, you just die.
And the other thing you shouldn't do is to think that you know everything. Like, okay, you might know everything, but do not coop yourself up in a room and do everything alone, because you could be thinking some of the things you're doing are right, whereas they're wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should sometimes, once in a while, just get to be with people and then discuss whatever it is that you guys were taught, and then, somewhere along the line, you're going to see that, okay, some things that you said, they were right, they aren't really right. And then the other thing that you can do that always works for me, especially when it comes to these things that we calculate, numbers, like things like physics and mathematics, you can always go to YouTube, guys, and then watch the videos there.
Also economics.
Yeah, even economics, exactly. Even economics, like it's working for me. It's working for me now. You just go to YouTube, type the chapter, whatever chapter, and then you just watch. And watch, guys. Don't go to music videos. Don't be distracted. Watch.
I'm one of those. I'm gonna be like.
Yeah.
Demand and supply, equilibrium markets. Okay. It's a penny video. Obviously, in that first video, like, you didn't capture everything. And then it was like a pop up. Anat.
Exactly. Oh yeah, because we're gonna. And the other thing is, I know we as students, we like excuses. Do not use an advertisement on YouTube as an excuse. And you be like, this advertisement, like, it just bores me, and you just stand up, hey, just cancel the advertisement and watch the video. Like,
that skip ad.
Yeah, skip ad. Because other people are like,
although YouTube, we are boring because always advertisement for 7 seconds.
Yeah. And that time you want to watch what you want to watch.
Exactly. So guys, I'd say watch YouTube videos. A lot of those, like, I'm not saying they're perfect, but they simplify things. Like something that you learned within 2 lectures, they can simplify it for you within 20 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. You understand? And you get everything, because what they're trying to show you is how does everything work. They're not going to explain it paragraph by paragraph or whatever, but they're going to explain the terminology and how does it link and how you could approach certain questions to it. You understand? And then another thing, we've already spoken about group work. So guys, group work. Do not study together, but do discussions together.
Exactly.
There is no way in that Gabriel economics. 10 minutes is from the economics, fine. After 10 minutes, yes, friends.
Yeah, exactly. Then you saw something outside and you're now feeding us the information. And then the information you're giving us,
it's interesting.
It reminds me of something.
Exactly.
It's just,
and then the next time you check, yo guys, I'm supposed to bandi
You are so oh my God, sorry for my wretched laughter. Oh, you are so right.
Like, I go. And then when you get to your room, you're trying to figure out, since then don't know Gabriel guide. Gabriel sends an end up.
Yo.
And then Gabriel is like, okay, sharp. Next time. Okay guys, we really need to be serious. This motivated. Hey guys, this is motivation. Yeah, this motivated. We come and fund together. Second time, okay, fine. First 30 minutes. After 45 minutes, then come back. Okay, science. It's no matter. You must take a break after 45 minutes. In the road, what was 35 minutes? Your 5 minutes becomes 50 minutes. Also, buya ni tuti ni diniwe.
Yeah.
And it's like productivity. So I wouldn't say study together, but I'd say like do question papers.
Question papers, exactly.
You know, like try and challenge each other with questions. But then there's a difference when you challenge people in a smart way and when you challenge people just to prove a point. Never challenge people just because you want to prove a point.
That you know.
I know it, and you understand. Never do that because it irritates a lot of people.
It does.
And when we irritate a brother or sister, when you think you know it all and it. And also in group discussions, be open to other people's opinions. Don't always think that yours is correct. None of you are 100% sure that your answers are correct.
Yeah, really.
You understand? Especially in university, it becomes difficult because I'm not in a memo. Right, you know. And then I'd say that for your modules that you're writing, you know, if you still have got time, send through your emails to your tutors, to your mentors, to your lecturers, consult, and consult. You were supposed to consult during the course, but no, I say just try and consult now, try and get it right now, because I feel like if you think you're on the right path and then like you go to your lecturer is going to confirm and tell you no, you're on the wrong path. Yes, you're on the right path. You understand? And then because also when you don't understand something, it's always good to consult. Ask abantu abakunyaka, like the ones who are ahead of you. Second years, third years, honors, they've all been there. And trust me, the content does not change. But it's how it's taught, that the ways, like how it's delivered. But basically the theories, they all remain the same, guys. So I'd say ask people that have done this thing. I mean, especially if you're in first year or you're just like me in second year, but you're still confused about certain things. Like me, guys, I go to third years and I look at them a lot.
You want to know, right?
Exactly.
And we don't mean that's an opportunity for you to go there with your funny ideas. Remember, you're going there. You go in there to ask them for help, right? That's really, like, I'm being for real.
Yeah,
I'm being for real.
Just because I have a crush on him, you know. No, guys. Like, some people are just here for the degree, and yeah, that's it. Like, we just want to get that paper and get out. So when you go to someone, don't go there to make small talks or anything. Get there and ask your questions. After they've answered, you're like, thank you, you leave. You understand?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't want to waste anyone's time, because the next time this is like, if it was me, figure like the first time when you did a small talk.
And you're smiling a lot.
And that's it. The second time, I will tell you I am busy.
Yeah.
Because I went the first time, I'm so
you were smiling. You were busy smiling.
I'm busy. And also, I think it's very important to eat healthy food. I know I don't do this. Yeah. I don't know why I'm telling you guys to do this, but I don't do it. Guys, I literally eat junk, especially if I'm cross-nighting.
And that is bad somehow, because oil
is bad for your body, guys.
It is bad for your body.
Like, guys, the sugar is what we need because it's what keeps us awake. In all honesty, but I don't do, what are these things?
Sweet things?
Energy drinks.
Oh, energy drinks.
Energy drinks, Red Bull, Monster. I don't do those, guys. Like, I don't drink those.
I feel so bad. You know what? I'm one of 1,000, maybe. I don't know. That drink energy drink, but you shouldn't drink it like.
Don't make it a habit.
No, don't make it a habit, because
that has become a cool drink.
You know, because you know what?
Like, you know, see some people in the headlights. It was on daylight. I'm talking about.
Because they tell you, of course, it will give you energy. But okay, I'm productive. The minute your body shuts down. The minute it shuts down.
And if that's shut down, like,
you are done with. So you shouldn't drink it a lot of times. You're like, it works. But then don't drink it frequently.
And like, for me, if I were to give you a tip, I would say drink it maybe like 2 days or 3 days before your exam. Because you don't want to get to your exam, all that tiredness is back.
Yeah.
Because sometimes as bodies, like our bodies, like they react differently. Your body might not react immediately, but it might react tomorrow. It might react. So at least if you give it time, all that that tiredness that was being prevented and all the energy that you had from the sugar, when it comes, ingafika exam room does. Because when you're tired, you won't be able to think. And you might have studied, you might have prepared, have known everything in that exam, but if you are tired in an exam, which is why it's important to sleep and drink some water.
Water.
Stay hydrated.
Water, Scotland. Water. Like, honestly, you do need to drink water.
Yeah.
You do need to drink water.
Like, water is life, guys.
As much as you run now and then to the toilet, but you really need to drink water.
Because I feel like it keeps your body, at least if you're eating a lot of junk like me, try and balance it with water.
Exactly, you just right.
Try and balance it with water. But also get enough sleep. I know I'm saying this, but sometimes you gotta push.
Yeah, you can't be sleeping now.
Sometimes you gotta push. You gotta cross night for 2 days because you're trying to cover content. But honestly, when your body shuts down, listen to it and go sleep. Don't, like, it's useless you sitting on a table and you're trying to study, but you can see by upon your nine. Your body has shut down, literally. Listen to it and go and sleep.
Go and sleep.
Tomorrow you will wake up with more energy and then you will do the work.
Yeah.
So I would say now, go sleep, guys, sleep enough. And then another thing I would say is try and find a place where you study like best. You know, some people like studying in noisy areas like the CAD labs. I can't. I get distracted very easily. Like, I can read a journal article and stuff like that, but I can't, like, say I'm studying and go with the textbook, no notes, a CAD lab. Clear to CAD lab, it's too noisy. Like,
you can't do that.
When it's quiet, then I can. In the library, that's where I study the best. Also in my room. But in my room, I can only study from like midnight, so I can't study in my room during the day. I don't know, like,
you can't do that.
I can't. But I'm able to wake up at 12 o'clock and say I'm going to study. Guys, yekani ukuthi nizawuvuka ngo 3 a.m. and study. I know I was one of those people last year.
Okay.
Ndizovuka ngo 3 ekuseni, and you know the day you are writing, tomorrow ndiyabhala, but ndizovuka ngo 3 a.m. and just go through some questions, go through some topics, you know, browse through. I remember I did that for geography last year, guys. Go June. Geography, I studied it the day before, I call it the day before June. And now I was tired. Got into my bed, I slept. So for 3. And I even told my roommate, please wake me up. But I was like, okay, sure, I'm gonna wake you up. Guys, she woke me up, literally, guys. My roommate woke me up and was like, Lisa, fuka. Okay, Tavuka, I went to wash my face, I brushed my teeth, I drank water. I came to the study desk. It just became too much all of a sudden. Okay, this is Mindian. It was like I'm browsing.
You are panicking now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that panic. That's why in the morning I never want to talk about. Avoid that, guys. Like, when people talk about the question paper or the exam in the morning or the topics, and then when you find you missed something.
Something, exactly.
You panic. And that's the last thing you want to do before an exam, is to panic. You understand? And before you get into your exam, what time?
Oh, I really got. But she's really right. Like, she is right, because when you go outside, you understand?
Because when you wanna sit down and you don't wanna waste any time.
Yeah.
Now 5 minutes to the bathroom is gonna waste a lot of time, especially when you're slow like me. Now I'm very slow, guys.
When you write,
exactly.
Okay.
Especially if I have to write essays. Like if I'm really, really slow.
Yeah.
I struggle writing fast, because once I write fast, I it doesn't make sense. You can't read it. Even me, if you were to give me, I would be like, you know. So yeah, guys, and also, man, never be scared to ask like your friends, your classmates. You might find someone is actually like mastering a certain topic, you know. And I feel like as all of us, we all have our strength in the modules we're doing. So like ask around, never underestimate anyone, guys. Never think, oh no, I'll never ask him, I'll never ask him. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know it. No, never do that. Never ever do that in your life.
And the other thing is, like she said, sometimes when you are having discussions and all of that, as much as you think what you are about to say is wrong, just voice it out, say it.
Yeah.
Because you might find that it is kind of right, but they'll just lead you into the right direction. So, you know, when somebody helped you with Indo Angel, you never forget it, I promise you. You never forget it because you shifted from being wrong to right.
Yeah, and
you understand?
Yeah, and also another thing is, like, I don't know, like, why people do this though. That thing, Yoba, I don't want to help people. Yes, the more you explain something to someone, the better you understand.
Right.
It. And when you voice it out to someone and trying to explain it in all directions, you can see if you're actually explaining the correct way or what you're saying actually doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, you stop yourself and you be like, no, I'm sorry, and no, this is not saying, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you shouldn't have pride and stuff like that to ask for help, and you shouldn't think you are too smart to help someone that's asking for help. Like, honestly, guys, I feel like this whole study thing, it should be a unity, a class unity.
And when you're smart enough to help other people, please just try to come to their level, okay?
Yeah.
Just come to their level, make them feel comfortable, and just explain to them. Because when you're on your high horse, you're up there, okay? You're with the calculator up there. You're just punching in numbers, right? You're just like, no, guys, like honestly, because if someone does that to me, I'm like, yes, I do understand. I do understand. I do understand. I'm sure a lot of you relate to what I just said right now. So please, if you're smart enough, please just
try and get to people's level.
Relax.
You know?
Relax and just explain.
Yeah, man, guys. I would say also relax. Like, try to calm yourself down. Guys, one important thing is prayer.
All right.
I feel like you wouldn't make it without prayer, guys.
Really, you wouldn't. Who are you?
You need to pray. You need to ask for strength from God.
Yeah.
You need to ask Him to guide you into these exams. Mdasa, even if what January, you know, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Pray.
Pray now.
God is not counting how many times you've prayed.
Exactly.
Pray, Mdasa. Because if you think you're going to make it just by yourself, think again.
I have to think again. And the other thing is, as much as like you praying all of that, do not at all expect miracles, because you can't just be praying. Yes, you're praying. You even wake up at 12 o'clock, you're praying, and you say when are you not going to study? Study and pray. Balance the two.
Exactly. And guys, if we are consum, that's it. If you go to church and don't ever mistake this. My school principal used to say, God only help those who help themselves. So youth service. Go Friday evening, Saturday morning prayer. The whole day when you're doing church things and you don't give attention to your studies, and you think God is gonna give you a miracle into that exam room.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. What about us that studied?
You have to work hard for your marks. You have to work hard for anything that you have actually.
Yeah.